Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Jay, and if you're tired of playing email tag with your leads and losing leads because your booking system's a mess, this video is going to be a game changer. Today, I'm breaking down my booking funnel blueprint. This is the exact system I use to help coaches turn casual website visitors into booked calls without the chaos. So whether you're just starting out or looking to streamline your current process, you're going to want to grab a notebook for this one. And look, I get it. I understand your frustrations. Right now, you might be juggling multiple calendars, following up with leads and hoping that they're actually going to show up to their calls. This is a real problem, right? I finally designed something that works and hopefully it's going to be helpful to you and your business. So in this video, we're going to cover what your booking funnel could look like and why you would use a certain tool in different scenarios. And for best results, you need to understand your customer and have a clear offer that's a no-brainer for them to say yes to. Also, a plan for how they're actually going to learn about your offer. And we're going to get to the blueprint, I promise you. But there's something I want to share with you really quick. Careful, intentional planning leads to success, while hasty decision often lead to failure. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 5. This gives me conviction for not over planning or overthinking things, but to move with intention. And one of the biggest things to be intentional on while building your funnel is who you're actually building it for. So clearly understanding their problems, their needs, and what they want has been a huge lifesaver for me personally. And I've learned that the best way to illustrate this is through story. Your customers each have a unique story. And one thing to understand is that each story has a main character called the protagonist. And the protagonist usually finds themselves in three situations: their current reality, constraints, and desired future. So to help us out to paint a better picture of this concept, let's look at a story of a person from a galaxy far, far away. Meet Luke. Luke Skywalker is supposedly a normal guy that lives on a desert farm in the middle of nowhere called Tatooine. So if you're familiar with Star Wars, you want to think of your customer as Luke Skywalker at the start of the story. They're stuck on their version of Tatooine. They're going through motions of life, but feeling unfulfilled or even frustrated. They might know that something's missing, but can't really articulate it. For example, Luke knows that he wants more than a life on the farm, but hasn't really defined it clearly. Now, he doesn't just wake up thinking, I need to become a Jedi today. That's not how the story goes. He just knows that he wants adventure, purpose, and freedom, something more than life on a desert farm. So some things that you can ask about your customer is, what is my customer's current Tatooine? What are they experiencing daily that feels repetitive, frustrating, or even stagnant? What are the challenges and the gaps of their life or business that they are aware of, even if they can't fully describe them yet? And this is really where empathy starts, identifying the pain points your customer feel in their current reality. So now let's look at their desired future. And I promise, we will get to the blueprint. But just stick with me. This is all gonna make sense. I promise. Ultimately, your customer has a vision for their life or business that's a lot better than where they are right now. However, like Luke, they might not have the language or clarity to describe it yet. They might not say, I want to become a Jedi, but they can express feelings of freedom, success, confidence, and fulfillment. For example, if you're familiar with Star Wars, Luke's desired reality takes shape as he learns more about the Jedi and joins the Rebel Alliance. He wants to live with purpose and make a difference and find a sense of belonging. So these are some questions that you can ask about your customer. What is my customer's Jedi level destiny? What are their dreams? How do they want to feel after solving their problem? What are the emotions they want to feel after the problems are solved? What specific outcomes or transformations are they hoping to achieve? What words would they use to describe success in their terms? So this is getting familiar with learning their language. What do they call their problems? What's the language they're using? because you may know their problem and how to solve their problem. But if they're calling their problem something else, you want to use the language they're using so you can meet them halfway and then educate them on what the problem is truly. So you can use language as a bridge to get them into understanding more about how to solve their problem more efficiently, and you would be the solution. So let's talk about what's keeping them from this desired future. Your customer, like Luke, faces both internal and external obstacles. So obvious obstacles are like time, money, and skills. Others, less visible, are equally powerful, like fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs. For example, Luke hesitates to leave Tatooine. He's held back by his family obligations, fear of the unknown, and he lacks confidence. And even when the opportunity arises, he isn't immediately ready to leap into action. So ask these 3 questions about your customer. What are your customer's external barriers? So think of lack of resources, tough competition. Let's see, maybe it's technical know-how. What's preventing them from being able to move forward? What are their internal doubts? I'm not good enough. I might fail at this. You want to explore what exactly is keeping them stuck. So knowing these 3 things are going to help you understand your customer's desired reality. It's going to help you to craft better offers and help overcome these roadblocks that they're going through. You're going to be able to make better campaigns and helping your Luke make it from their journey from Tatooine to becoming a Jedi. So with knowing this, you may be asking, what is my part in this story? Well, I'm glad you asked, because you're Yoda. Now, the story really doesn't go like this. It's actually another Jedi that comes and finds Luke. But we're going to skip to the part to where Luke really gets the training to become a Jedi. So you're the expert, you're the sage, you probably look way better than Yoda. So it's not a looks thing, it's a knowledge thing. You're going to be Yoda in this story. But unfortunately, Luke has no idea who you are just yet. So your funnel is going to help us to fix that. So now we have our booking funnel blueprint for coaches pulled up. And we're going to just zoom in over to Yoda. And so based off of our the last video about the top 10 tools for your funnel, we're kind of going to keep that idea. So it starts with knowledge management. So this is where your ideas, research, your clear offer, and your plan is going to go to live. So as you generate these ideas and learn more about their problems, this is where that magic happens, right here in the knowledge management system. And so from there, we need to create some brand assets. We need to create some social media posts. These are the traffic creators. Even if you're running ads, this is ad creative, the graphics that go on your websites and in your emails. This is where that's done. And so we can use something like ChatGPT or even Canva to help us to create all of these assets. Again, this video is not sponsored. These are just examples. Canva has its own AI features, so that's an option. And so once we have we're locked in on our customer, we have a clear offer, we have a plan for how we're going to distribute all of our social media and how we're going to build our websites and all that stuff. Now we go into this land where we're trying to meet Luke where he is. And so Luke, he feels like he's probably going to be on TikTok, learning how to get blue milk better. I don't know. So Luke finds you on TikTok or maybe even LinkedIn. Maybe he's trying to find a better job on a different farm. And so he starts his journey. He learned about you, Yoda. There's something I should mention. So here, Metricool, this is a tool where you could actually manage social media and your ads. So it's kind of like an all-in-one solution to some degree. So that's why that's here. But anyway, so Luke hears about you. He likes what you're saying in social media. He sees one of your posts. He sees a call to action. And so he's like, all right, well, let me check him out. So he goes to your landing page. And on your landing page, he's learning more about your offer. And he gets to the point to where he's like, man, this guy really knows what he's talking about. I think he can really help me to become a Jedi. And so he sees the part on your website where it says book a call. And Yoda, you decided to build your website on Squarespace. So that's what you went with. You embedded your Calendly. So it was a button that took him to your booking page. So now Luke is putting in his information. He picked the date and, he's excited. He's about to learn more about becoming a Jedi. He's going to speak to a Jedi master. Happy that he found him on TikTok. And after he submitted his information, he lands on a thank you page. Now, Calendly allows you to redirect your leads back to your website. So this is important so you can actually get better analytics. This is your GA4, Google Analytics 4, and Google Tag Manager. This allows you to get better data on conversion rates. So now we know that we actually have a lead because we got to the thank you page. We have a clear goal. That's going to be super helpful for knowing what's working in your funnel. So we have a thank you page, and Luke just found out that he got an email, and the email that he got was a confirmation email, and it was from Yoda. So let's go get Yoda. He's just chilling up here. So Yoda is using a few things. Let's do that. Okay. So Yoda built an automation that when someone books a call, they get a confirmation email. And so Yoda's like, okay, well, I want some logic to this. And for this, he used an automation tool called Zapier. So the logic here is that whenever I get a new lead, I want that lead information to go into my email list. And here we're using Kit. Kit was Conversion Kit. They did a rebrand. So that's why the logo looks a little different. And I also want them to be added to my CRM, my customer relationship management tool. So now he's tracking his customers. He also wants them to be updated in his sales pipeline. So new lead. And this is you can do something like this inside of monday.com. So now Yoda, he didn't have to do this manually because he used this type of automation. So Yoda's still chilling. He's probably still making content, but Luke is receiving these emails. So he has his confirmation email. He has a reminder email. And Yoda was like, okay, well, while we're waiting, because, Luke, for some reason, decided to book a call that was, 2 weeks out. In the meantime, he wanted to provide Luke with a few emails based on his interests. And this is something that you can do inside of your email marketing software like Kit. You can have a email sequence that goes out. Maybe it's for blogs that you've already written. Maybe it's for YouTube videos that you already have. But the intent here is that you want to share something that's going to give them some value before they even get on the call with you. And so it's the day of. Now, both Yoda and Luke have some decisions to make. Well, really, it's just Luke. Luke has some decisions to make because Yoda set up automation. So he's chilling over here. And there's two paths. We're going to take the path first to where Luke did not show up. Maybe he was supposed to work that day and it just didn't work out. And, he didn't show up. So Yoda, he built an automation for a no-show, if my leads don't show up to the appointment, I want to add them to a nurture sequence inside of the email marketing software, which here is Kit. So you want to update the tag here for Luke so that he would be a part of these email sequences. And on the flip side, and this is all done through Zapier, Yoda used Zapier. On the flip side, let's say that Luke actually showed up to the Zoom call. So we're just going to move them up here. So Luke showed up to the Zoom call. We are now in our Zoom call meeting. So the meeting went great. They're both happy. Luke got a lot of value out of this call. Yoda was telling him how he's been a Jedi for decades and he's trained so many other Jedi. And he's really going to be able to help Luke. He sees something special in him. So Yoda also created another automation with Zapier. Luke received a next step email. And this next step email is just talking about the coaching plan, what was going to happen, how much it was going to cost. And so again, Luke has a decision to make. Let's say that Luke is like, my fears and doubts and mindset, it's too much for me. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I can become a Jedi. So what happens is he goes into a nurture sequence because he didn't sign it. And maybe in this automation can be set up if the lead doesn't sign the agreement within 2 weeks, then they go into this nurture sequence. But we also want to update them inside of our sales pipeline as we could either circle back, so follow up, or we can say lost, because maybe Luke said he wrote Yoda and said like, hey, I don't think I'm a good fit for your program. I don't want to become a Jedi anymore. So like the status in the pipeline would be lost. But we know that story is different. Luke said yes, and he got sent to the agreement page. So this is the proposal. It's our electric signature page, that tool. For this, we're using Pandadocs. So he read the agreement. He likes it. It's everything that Yoda talked about on the call. And so he's like, okay, well, take my money. Where do I pay? I'm ready to become a Jedi. So he goes to the payment page. He does the payment. And now he's sent to another thank you page. Again, this is going to be so helpful because this is how you know when your funnel's working. If you just receive a payment and there's no notification, or like, it's not really clear on what they could do next, having this set up in general will make a better customer experience, because you can actually have videos on these pages that tells them like, hey, thank you so much for going on this journey or allowing me to be a part of your story. I can't wait to help you to become a Jedi. I've been doing this for years. I'm going to give you a few next steps of what to expect. You're going to receive a series of emails telling you what to do next and how the program is going to go, things like that. And so Yoda has this logic set up here to where it needs, when Luke pays, it needs to update in his pipeline status as closed. So he closed the deal. He's now going to be helping Luke to become a Jedi. And Luke received a payment confirmation. This was automated. And so let's say that, this was a great arrangement. Luke is now a Jedi. But Yoda wants some feedback. Now, I don't want to spoil the movie for you, but Yoda doesn't do a survey or a feedback form. But, for you would definitely want to have some type of feedback to understand, what went great, where did they get the most value out of doing business with you. So there's two things in this email. There's a survey and there's another option for a Google review. So having something like this in your funnel is helpful to make your offer better. So every single time that you work with someone in your program, even if it's a cohort program, you want to have this set up because you need feedback. You want to treat your programs as a product, and just like in software development, you want to work in different versions. So like V1, we updated this due to feedback. We understand that they didn't like the Zoom call. Like maybe they want to move over into a different virtual calling. They want to use a different virtual meeting tool. That's what it is. But yeah. So here's the full picture of the booking funnel blueprint. So feel free to take a screenshot here, or if you want a higher res version of this, feel free to click the link in the comment section below to download it. So I hope you got value out of this video. Hopefully that illustration was helpful. Let me know if you're more confused than you were before you watched this video when it came down to this. I love your feedback. Let me know in the comment section. And if this did help you, share it with your best friend. If you got kids, share it with your favorite. And I will see you on the next one.